What's going on, people? Welcome on back to the channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. And welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, but more importantly, asking for yours. And of course, there's a lot of things to talk about. Chelsea have, I was going to say have their arse handed to them by the Arsenal, but actually, they handed their arse to themselves. We've got Thomas Tuchel blaming the pitch as well as his tactics, talking about the pitch. The pitch isn't good for us. It's our pitch. Our ground. Why is our own pitch not good for us? We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Lewis Hamilton, Serena Williams. I don't know either, man, but you know, it's in the news. This is what we do at Chelsea News. Lots to get into. Oh yeah, we might talk about Lukaku as well, just for the lols. You know? Please do consider dropping a like and subscribing if you want to. Daily content here on the channel every single day. Why wouldn't you want to subscribe? That's easy for me to say. Subscribe is a word. And if you choose to do it, make sure the bell notifications icon is on, because that's how you get updated with my uploads. Yeah, thanks for, and you know, interactions, comments, and likes, and all that sweet, loving stuff. Thank you for that. Look, guys, before we talk about Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams and the Chelsea takeover, let's talk about Thomas Tuchel and some of his quotes after Chelsea's embarrassing loss yesterday. It was embarrassing, man. You got Azpilicueta like arguing with fans in the stands. And on The Athletic, Liam Twomey titled his piece today, and it was a brilliant title to an article, I thought. This is not a crisis. So why are Chelsea and Tuchel behaving like it is one? And I was like, bam! This is the most profoundly Chelsea thing, bringing chaos out of nowhere. Why? Like, we're fine. We're comfortably third. Like, you know, we've reached lots of finals. We want to win more. That's fine. But we're doing okay. Everything's okay. It's going all right again. Why do you just collapse and lose your shit, man? It's totally unnecessary. I'm not going to read you any of this article. I'm going to read you the first couple of paragraphs. Go check out Twimmy on The Athletic. Curtly picking through the bones of Chelsea's annual shambolic showing against Arsenal. Right, pause. Two things. Yes, we have an annual shambolic showing against Arsenal. They've been bad for years, and we've been better for them than years, and we always let them in and cook and party and dance and celebrate and have fun. Come into our house. Hello, mate. Come into my house. Disgusting. Awful joke. Mickey Flanagan. But probably apt for this situation. Not just that. I did tweet out as well yesterday that one of the main differences, or if not the main difference for me between Chelsea and obviously Man City and Liverpool, that are the sort of the barometer of powerhouse domestic campaigns, is neither Liverpool or City, neither of them get turned over every season by teams they should be beating. Like, I'm talking about 4-0 to Bournemouth. I'm talking about 5-0 or how many goals? 5 goals from West Brom at home. They got relegated that season. I'm talking about 4 goals from Brentford at home, who is struggling. I'm talking about 4 goals against Arsenal, and we're getting turned over and over again, and we're meant to be like this amazing resolute team with, like, you know, Thiago Silva and N'Golo Kante and FIFA best goal, or should be FIFA best goalkeeper Mendy, who, by the way, looks all over the shop at the moment. This isn't a rant video. This is just a sort of real video. Breathe. We're gonna be okay. Okay. And bristling post-match press conference, Thomas Tuchel put forward a possible explanation in keeping with the surreal tone of the evening. So this is great writing from Twomey, because it was a surreal evening, and it's a surreal thing to say. Quote, "To say the pitch is difficult to play on here maybe sounds like an excuse, but it is very, very difficult pitch that we have. It is a very difficult pitch that he has." Anticipating a derisive response, in his words, "It's not in our favour." Our pitch at Stamford Bridge is very, very difficult and not in our favour. Now, you know, this is your pitch, your stadium, your grass is supposed to be in your favour in how you play. I'm thinking of Turf Moor. When they play Liverpool, they deliberately don't water the grass and leave it dry, so it's more conducive to playing long ball, and it suits Burnley better than it suits or Man City. So Man City can't play the ball on the ground, and Burnley can knock it about. These little tricks are older than time, man. Do you know what I mean? Like keeping it preferable for your home team. Why is he just pissed off? Why does this come out of nowhere? Like, yeah, the truth is we try to make it more difficult for ourselves because we're so good. We make it like it's a handicap. We like to play with no studs. What's going on here? Look, man, Thomas Tuchel, he also said the tactics probably weren't right and the lineups probably weren't right, which of course are on him, and many of us would. And he took a lot of heat. Tuchel took a lot of heat from social media, fan opinion yesterday, and I dig it. I get it. The lineup, but at the same time, Arsenal haven't been able to score goals lately, and I know we didn't show them enough respect or whatever, but the thing is, Sarr hasn't been awful. The most questionable thing, I think, out of everything, you could criticise what you want about Tuchel, but the only real questionable thing for me is the story of Trevor Chalobah, because yes, he made a couple of mistakes, and we haven't seen him since, but he's just signed a new deal, and he was a revelation. He's great. He's great, Trevor Chalobah. Malang Sarr, he's a left footer, I suppose, play him on the left over Antonio Rudiger, but Christensen hasn't been great lately. I know it's hindsight's 2020, and we did bring on Thiago Silva. That was absolutely the right thing to do in the second half. And hindsight is 2020, man. I don't want to dig out Tuchel too much because I kind of get why he did it. But, at the same time, though, Trevor Chalobah, let me know what you guys think. Is it fair to dig out Tuchel for that lineup? Because in hindsight, I see a lot of people on Twitter saying, Alonso and Sarr down that left-hand flank offer no, defensive, whatever. And the truth is, if you look at the stats afterwards, Malang Sarr paid by far more passes than anyone else. So he was almost like the regista hub in that game, which doesn't make sense to me. Still, we're too vulnerable on transition. We were really, really poor. And yeah, we eventually will need to have more conversations about N'Golo Kante, because I did a recent video on this, the midfield revival. Was it yesterday I did it, or the day before? With the reboot of the Chelsea midfield. And, we talk about Gallagher coming in. We talk about buying a new one, whether it's Chouameni or Declan Rice or whatever. Like a revitalization. And a lot of you guys are saying, yeah, I think it's time maybe Jorginho gets sold, but Kante to stay. Tell you what, man, I'm the same. I love N'Golo Kante, but these performances are beyond worrying. Look, let's not dwell on this game. It was an absolute shit show. I'm not really annoyed with the game so much. I'm more annoyed with the recurring, not the game in isolation, but I'm more annoyed with the recurring themes, and that is getting touched up by Arsenal every season, despite them being crap, and that is just generally getting touched up every season by bad teams. Chelsea are really good. They're closing the gap between Liverpool and City. West Brom have just put 5 past them. That doesn't happen to the best teams. Anyway, moving on. Deep breath in. Come on, everyone, and out. It never happened. Right, so back to the wonderful world of what the F is going on with the Chelsea takeover. Mark Kleinman of Sky Sports has broken the story. What, man? Chelsea FC sale. Excuse me. So Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams pledge funds to Broughton bid. So where are we at? Ricketts, gone. Hallelujah. Todd Bowley. Yeah, I'm pretty much team Todd. Let's see if we can get him in. But otherwise, Pagliuca, he wants to join Atalanta with Chelsea in some weird footballing group, which blows my mind. I thought he'd have to sell his shares in Atalanta to buy Chelsea because of the UEFA conflict of interests if they play in the Champions League, which, Atalanta play in the Champions League all the time. Didn't RB Leipzig and Salzburg have to stop their affiliation or something? Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but why is he yes, we can join these two footballing clubs in a weird, peculiar union. I will read about it more, and should they, get Chelsea, I'll obviously cover it extensively on the channel. So make sure you do subscribe for that. But yeah, I don't know what he's trying to do. And of course, there's the Martin Broughton bid, which had gone a bit quiet until now, because Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams are in the house, apparently. Should we read? So Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams, two of the biggest world sports stars, are committing millions of pounds to one of the bids vying to become the new owners of Chelsea Football Club. That's us. Sky News can exclusively reveal the full lineup of investors backing up front. We've got Lewis Hamilton. Takeover for Chelsea, spearheaded by Sir Martin Broughton, the former Liverpool FC and British Airways chairman, the most prominent of who are the seven times Formula One world champion and the former women's world tennis number one. Now, let's read on quickly, and I'll give you my opinion. Sources close to the group say that Lewis Hamilton and Miss Williams, the highest profile members of any of the three remaining consortia, have pledged about £10 million each. So pause. Neither of them are billionaires, right? So £10 million each to buy Chelsea. That's like a year, 2 years of Lukaku's wages between them in his 5-year deal. So look, I'm not disrespecting. Look, I ain't got 10 million quid. I'm broke. I'm like, I've got loads of bills I've just to pay. I'm looking at my bank going, this is getting a bit hairy. Do you know what I mean? 10 million each. That is not a lot, man. And this is clearly like a PR thing to be like, Chelsea Football Club, Lewis Hamilton, Serena. I'm going to put them in the thumbnail. And see what if you got to this far of the video, you might have watched this going, well, they're in the thumbnail. I clicked because of them. If it works for you, getting in watching this video, it works for Sir Martin Broughton. Let's see. It will be an experiment. And what are they doing? Going to be the face of turn up with like Chelsea kits on and hats and be like, I don't know, man. Sir Lewis, who will compete for his. Above Sir Lewis. What great nickname, Sir Lewis, who will compete for his Mercedes team at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola this weekend, and Miss Williams, who has won 23 Grand Slams, including 7 Wimbledon titles, have become established investors. Serena Ventures, the tennis star's venture capital fund, this week announced investment in Open Sponsorship, a British-based sports technology startup, while Sir Lewis has backed a range of early-stage companies such as Zap, the London-based rapid grocery delivery app. Cool. Good for them, I suppose. Look, man, this article goes on. It's on Sky Sports. It's very long. I'm not going to bore you with it. But what I am going to say is, surely this is just a PR thing for Sir Martin Broughton. Like I said, we will keep a close eye on this as it develops, because their combined investment is in a £3 billion purchase is 20 million. That is not much. This has got to be an optics thing, surely. I don't know, man. I'm still Team Todd. I like the idea of what he's done in his career. He went at the game. He was at the game again yesterday. He was pictured at Stamford Bridge to watch that shit show. He's really getting the full range of Chelsea's emotions. And hopefully, if he does buy Chelsea, he will see that game. He will see Thomas Tuchel's words and be like, right, well, we need a new pitch, guys. And we need to get rid of some defenders. And this guy, Romelu, I don't know what he sounds like. This is my generic American accent. And Romelu Lukaku, that guy has got to go. Should we talk a little bit about Lukaku before we end the video? I've been talking for a while, but I've been seeing a lot of people talk about Rom before and after the game. If you watched my match review yesterday, I wasn't particularly interested in digging him out because, was he the worst player on the pitch? He made some runs. He did a nutmeg. A lot of people watched the highlights of his Arsenal game at the beginning of the season on his debut when he absolutely bullied Arsenal and looked really great, and everyone was like, we're kings of the world, we're going to win the World Series, we're going to win the Super Bowl, Chelsea is the one forever, spearheaded by Romelu Lukaku, Kai Havertz and Ziyech looks great, we're just really great, we have so many options, we're really good. Trevor Chalobah's joined the ranks of the defence as a revelation this season. Everyone is okay. Look at our loanees, Bruyere and Gallagher to return. they're going to make us even stronger. We're the best. Lukaku is great. He's going to score loads of goals and offers us just something a little bit different. What happened, man? People are saying he's checked out and he's just, not into it. Like, he doesn't believe in the cause. And this is kind of true. Lukaku's such an emotional guy, and this has reigned true throughout his entire career, by the way. This is not anything new. He's such an emotional and quite sensitive guy, and not in just this, kind empath way, in the also delicate ego way. So when he's not 100% in, he's just not in. He's not in at all. So it's really, really worrying. And who's going to take him? PSG for 60 million to replace Mbappe? That's literally all I can see at the moment. Let me know what you guys think, though. Comment down below. I want thoughts on Lukaku, Broughton's bid, Hamilton and Serena Williams. Lewis Hamilton. I was going to try and do a Hamilton song, but I'm too tired. And everything in between. Tuchel's excuses. What do you think? Comment down below. Like the video, please. And I'll see you very soon. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.